A very good afternoon to you and welcome to our lunchtime news. You're with News First, your number one news provider. And I'm Sandro Ferdinando. Before we get into our stories in detail, let's take a quick look at your headlines. Clash breaks out between EPDP and TNA representatives during the Jaffna District Development Committee. Additional day provided for postal voting for those who failed to vote on the 23rd and 24th. A mother and daughter killed after jumping to a well in Arambewata, Pittigala. Mahela and Sangakkara to bid farewell at their final ODI at home. And now your stories in detail. A clash broke out between representatives of the EPDP and the TNA during a district development committee meeting held at the Jaffna District Secretariat this morning. Now, our correspondent said that the Northern Province Minister of Agriculture P. Aingaswaran and Provincial Councillor K. Sarveshwaran sustained injuries in this clash. And the Jaffna District Development Committee meeting convened today under the auspices of Joint Chairpersons Northern Province Chief Minister C.V. Vinageshwaran and Minister Douglas Devanandan. And our correspondent also added that an argument had escalated to a clash and thereby resulted in the Chief Minister of the Northern Province along with a group of representatives walking out of this meeting. Moving on to more local news, the Postal Department said that steps have been taken to distribute secure packages containing in postal voting ballot papers to relevant officers. Now, Postmaster General Rohan Aberatna said that expedient measures will be taken to distribute those secure packages before postal election date.
We are hoping to distribute the secure packaging within the day today. The postal officers are working towards this purpose. We have assigned a large team to carry out this task, so we are hoping to distribute these secure election packages to relevant locations without delay before the postal elections.
The Election Secretariat says that the voters who are unable to vote on the 23rd and the 24th as part of postal elections will be allocated separate dates for that purpose. Additional Elections Commissioner U. Amaradas said that voters will be able to mark their postal ballot papers on the 30th of this month. The Additional Elections Commissioner also noted that alternative days will not be allocated other than the 30th of this month for postal voters to exercise their franchise ahead of the upcoming presidential election. The book titled The Ravaged Economy, authored by MP Patali Champika Ranawaka, was launched at an event yesterday. Moving on to more local news, as the 2015 presidential election draws closer, the political stage is also heating up. Let's now have a listen to what some of the views that were expressed in this political arena. But first, let's move on to one of the stories we took earlier. Now, the book titled By the Ravaged Economy, authored by MP Patali Champika Ranawaka, was launched yesterday. Moving on to more local news, President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that Sri Lanka has transformed itself into an emerging nation in the whole of Asia. The Sri Lanka Air Force, meanwhile, has commenced repairs of the houses that were damaged in the plane crash at Hokandara, Atharugiriya. Now, Air Force spokesperson Wing Commander Gihan Senviratna said that about 5 houses were damaged in the crash. He also said that steps were taken to repair the roofs of the houses yesterday and other repairs will be taken today. Now, 4 members of the Air Force were killed in the accident, which occurred last Friday. The Antonov 32 aircraft, which met with the accident when it was supposed to touch down at the Ratnam airport. An investigative team have begun investigations into this incident. In more local news, a mother and a daughter has committed suicide by jumping into a well in Arambewata in Pittigala. Now, according to the police, the mother has committed suicide along with a 10-year-old daughter at about 6:30 last evening. The police said that the mother has committed following her elder daughter's attempt to take her life by drinking poison after being heartbroken due to her father's advice. The 16-year-old who drank poison is currently receiving treatment at the Alpity hospital and police investigations are underway. The spirit of Christmas is in full swing down Braybrook Place opposite the head office of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited. Many Christmas decorations are being raised to liven up the spirit of Christmas in Colombo. We now join Newsfirst Stephanie Lazarus, who has more details on this story.
With 9 days more for Christmas, Christmas has definitely arrived here on Dawson Street. As you can see, there's a massive Christmas tree that's being erected behind me. And Christmas has not only taken centre stage here in Colombo, but in surrounding areas of where our Newsfirst head office is located here in Union Place, Dawson Street. So head over here as we have lined up so many Christmas-related activities on Dawson Street, and obviously this massive Christmas tree that is erected just for you, for your viewing pleasure.
Now, the Department of Meteorology notes that showers will occur at several places in the sea areas of the coast, extending from Kanagasanthuraya to Hambantota via Trincomalee and Pothuwil. They also added that thunder showers will occur at several places in the other sea areas around the island during the afternoon or night and too. Now, winds will be northeasterly and the speed will be up to 20 to 30 kilometers per hour, and there may be temporary localized strong winds during the thunder showers. The sea areas of the coast extending from Puttalam to Kanagasanthuraya via Mana may be fairly rough at times as the winds can strengthen up to 50 kilometers per hour at times. The book titled The Ravaged Economy, authored by MP Patil Champika Ranavaka, was launched at an event held yesterday.
The event was held in Pitakote and also saw the participation of presidential candidate Maithripala Sirisena and MP Rajitha Senaratne.
In 2011, there was a progress review for the Ministry of Economic Development. This was a day where the monetary projects of the Ministry of Economic Development were discussed. This is a great deal of displeasure to the government over the construction sector in the country, especially in the construction of roads. There was a public view that large-scale fraud was taking place. If there is such an issue, this needs to be looked into. I said on that day that this needs to be rectified. The next day I received a phone call from Temple Trees calling me there. The President asked me whether I spoke of corruption over construction of roads. I said yes. He asked me why I said that. I said, sir, there is a public view in this regard and this is also raised in Parliament. I said that this is not good for him and the country. I said that I spoke on it because if there is such an issue, it needs to be rectified. Then he pointed the finger at me and said, if I am the government, I cannot speak of the fraud and corruption in the government. He asked if I was undertaking a separate journey. So until I left the government, I did not speak of the government fraud and corruption. Seven persons with self-esteem stepped out. 7 has now risen to 14. The two-third majority of Mahinda Rajapaksa is no more. I am the dental surgeon, right? I have been taught not to remove all 32 teeth at once. I have been told to remove one tooth at a time. This is what we are doing now. He is removing one while I am removing the other. We remove one and give it time to heal. This is fun of the leader. Why? Because he thinks this is over. He thinks everything is over and has a drink. After 7 become 18, he does not even sleep.
Casino mafia, ethanol mafia.
The country is being governed by the 5-point brigade, which is the casino mafia, the ethanol mafia, the heroin mafia, the cigarette mafia and the arsenic mafia. We have understood this under the executive presidency. The cabinet papers never see the light of day. The Gazette notification does not have anything from the cabinet bill which is against casinos. Matters which are not included in the cabinet bill see the light of day. I realize that there is a force above this 5-point force. What is that? That is the mega deal force.
එක බලවේගයක් ඉන්නවා කියලා මම දැනගත්තා. ඒ බලවේගය මොකද්ද? මෙගා ඩීල් බලවේගය.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that Sri Lanka has transformed itself into the emerging nation in the whole of Asia.
Head of State President Mahinda Rajapaksa attended a public rally in the Uragas Junction yesterday.
ජීවන තත්ත්වය වෙනස් වෙලාද මිනිසුන්ගේ. රටාව වෙනස් වෙලා. මේ වෙනස්කම් එක්ක තමුන්නාන්සේලා සමාජය වෙනස් වෙන්න ඕන.
The lifestyles of the people have changed. With these changes, there needs to be social reforms as well. That too has changed. Most venerable, our country is not a poor country. Sri Lanka has transformed itself into the emerging nation in the whole of Asia. This is the truth. The United National Party has come into battle. They have no slogan for this battle. Are they to say build the roads or give water? Are they to say construct schools, construct laboratories? They cannot say these anymore. Funds have been set aside for all these things. Work on some have already started. So what else is there to do? An election to elect an executive president. The people will not simply allow that. The airport will close at 12 midnight, they say. They say that I will escape at that time. Will I, who hails from the other side of the Bentro River, escape?
එයාපෝට් එක වහනවලු රෑ 12ට. රෑ 12ට මට පැනලා යයි කියලා. මේ බෙන්තර ගගෙන් එයා ඉපදිච්ච මම පැනලා යනවද සහෝදරයා?
Meanwhile, the relatives of a group of fishermen detained in India commenced a hunger strike today in Negombo. They demand that the fishermen be released from Indian custody before Christmas. And the same group also staged a demonstration yesterday. Meanwhile, a mother and a daughter has committed suicide by jumping into a well in the Arambewata in Pitikala. Now, according to the police, the mother has committed suicide along with a 10-year-old daughter and about 6:30 last evening. The police said that the mother has committed following her elder daughter's attempt to take her life by drinking poison after being heartbroken due to her father's advice. The 16-year-old who drank poison is currently receiving treatment at the Alpitia hospital, and police have commenced investigations. Meanwhile, the official theme song for the Sri Lanka cricket ahead of the 2015 World Cup was released yesterday.
The theme song, which is titled Sri Lanka Apithamai, was composed by the Sri Lankan-born international composer Joy Lewis. The Sri Lanka Apithamai song was launched at the CRNFC grounds in Colombo, which was also attended by the national team. Attorney at law Susar Dinal, representing M Entertainment, participated at the event, while a number of singers who were featured in the song, such as Sunil Pereira, Joy Lewis, Bhatia Jayakodi, Santosh Veeraman, Umaria Singhawansha, Bachi Susan were also present at the event. The launch ceremony was also followed by a musical extravaganza featuring the Marians. ICC World Cup 2015 will kick off in host nations Australia and New Zealand on the 14th of February next year.
Mahela Jayawardene wants to bow down out in style as the Sri Lanka batsman gears up for his final ODI on home soil against England. Now, he said that it was an extraordinary experience to play his debut and final ODI at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. Speaking at a press briefing held ahead of the final ODI, which will be played today at the R. Premadasa Stadium as a day-night encounter, Jayawardene had this to say. Jayawardene, one of the outstanding batsmen, fielders and captains of his generation, is to retire after the 2015 World Cup, marking the end of a 17-year-long career. The 37-year-old has played in total of 428 one internationals, and as a captain he was instrumental in guiding Sri Lanka to the final of the 2007 World Cup. Sadly for the Sri Lanka, today's ODI could also be the last time Sri Lanka will see Kumar Sangakkara play ODI cricket on home soil. And with that, we wrap up the lunchtime news for today, but I shall see you again at 1:55. Take care.
Hotline 0114